Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. Today we've got lots of city plan news and a rare return of the Kinggath podcast coming up really soon. But of course, before we get into the news, we got to thank our patrons. You guys are awesome. You keep the lights on around here and you make sure that us on the dev team aren't digging into our pockets for all the expenses that come up both in development and maintaining community stuff like our websites and tools. And I'm going to shout out a few of you today. So if you don't hear your name today, I will get to you in an upcoming video. So let's shout out and thanks to Hospitable Loom, which I read in my previous flub video, Hospital Loom. So I did have a flub of the week, but it happened off camera. Doug S., Observant Wolf, Thiago Muller, Zachary Baker, Prime Muffin, and Pocky. Thank you guys all. All right, let's get into the next part, which is congratulating some city plan contest winners. We actually had 2 winners that haven't been announced yet. We had some problems with getting the voting set up for November, and so that got delayed. And we've now completed both voting sessions. So a huge congratulations to V-Lin Love for taking down the November contest with this build of Egret Tourist Marina, which I'll be featuring in my Let's Play. And Gavman, who took down the December contest with this build of Red Rocket Truck Stop. So 2 awesome winning contest outpost plans for you guys to tinker with, and lots more available on Nexus. All the entries for November and December are available now. You can go download those and add them to your collection. Speaking of collections, there are 2 new city plan packs out there, both by Sir Dundee, or Storywealth Dundee, as is the name of these mods. Storywealth Dundee's Outpost Pack and Storywealth Dundee's City Plans Pack 2. So this is actually technically the second and third city plan pack. So one of them specifically targeting Outpost, and the other one just an extension of the original pack, Storywealth Dundee's City Plans Pack. So this is number 2, and then an Outpost Pack as well. So go check those out if you are looking for a bunch more city plans to add to your collection, including some new Outpost plans. All right, the next thing to talk about before we get into the next contest announcement is C3. So there is a big celebration of Bethesda game modding coming up February 2nd and 3rd, and I'm going to be participating in a little way for that event. It's going to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the whole weekend, or all day Friday, all day Saturday, there's going to be non-stop little events and showcases of awesome modders and mod teams who are doing various things in the creation engine, whether it be for Skyrim, Fallout 4. I believe there's some people doing stuff in Morrowind and some of the older Fallout games. There's just all sorts of stuff going to be presented on there, so you guys should definitely check out that event. It's going to be right up all of our alleys, and it actually somehow I'm kicking it off with Kinggath Podcast, making a rare return. At 8 a.m. Eastern on Friday the 2nd, I will be doing a podcast with Elminster, creator of Xedit, and Xera, who handles the kind of 76 branch of Xedit and is a very big data miner for Fallout 76. And this is actually going to be hosted on the Chad76 channel, so Twitch TV/Chad Fallout 76 podcast. I'll have a link below. I know that's a long one. And yeah, that'll be hosted there, so you guys will get a rare return of the Kinggath podcast. And then I'll also be closing the whole event. I somehow ended up in 2 on the beginning and end of this. And I'll be doing another podcast, but this time I won't be hosting. Instead, I'm going to be a guest along with Eleonora, Trainwiz, and Shoeburglar. And that is going to be hosted by Jessica Starr of United Wastelanders, which is a Twitch channel all heavily dedicated to Fallout. And we're going to be talking about the Creations program, the Verified Creators, where that kind of got us started on Kinggath Creations. So if you want to hear us talk about our involvement in that and some of the opportunities it's afforded us, that's going to be another point you'll hear me ramble on about modding and whatnot. So definitely check out C3. Even if you're not interested in my talking events, C3 is going to be very, very cool. So February 2nd and 3rd, tune in, learn a lot about a lot of cool mods that are coming up. I think we're even going to see some stuff from some that are really close, like Fallout London. All right, and finally, time to announce the settlements for the next competition. And we're going big this month. So for February, you're going to be building Spectacle Island or Sanctuary Hills. These are the type of settlements we usually reserve for things like the Masters contest. For some reason, I slipped Masters contest out of my mind for a second there, but we're doing them right here early on. So, and don't worry, guys, if you're feeling intimidated by this, we'll switch back to a smaller one next month to give you a little break. But yeah, if you haven't entered the city plan contest yet, it is very, very easy to do. I'll have a link down below in the description for a 5-minute video that shows you roughly how to take your existing settlement design and export it into a city plan. And really the only difference between an outpost plan and a city plan is that your outposts are generally going to be decorated more for war, and you will build them in an outpost. So you'll have the outpost rules on, which are limited to the municipal, recreational, residential, and martial plots. So far fewer plot types, but you've got all of the new classes that were introduced with Chapter 3 to build with. And of course, you're going to want to theme it very heavily on military stuff to fit an outpost. But go check out our forums if you're interested. We've got a great post on there explaining the differences between a standard city plan and an outpost plan. And we'd love to have more of you guys join us. All right, guys, take care and enjoy the mods.